warning just released for pool owners across the country. What you're now being asked to purchase to keep your family safe.
Now, CBS 12 News this morning.
All good information this morning. We've got a lot going on.
All right, right now, the Consumer Product Safety Commission has prompted a home pool warning. They are reminding all homeowners about proper drain covers and how they can save lives. This comes on the heels of R&B star Usher, whose son nearly drowned. CBS 12's Jenna Caiazzo is live with a look at the type of drain covers that you should have. Jenna?
Good morning, Suzanne. This is a big concern for people living in Florida, of course, because we have pools that we use year-round, and kids could easily get affected in that pool if you're not safe. So we're talking about Usher's son, who was actually in the pool, and one of those pool drains sucked his arm in while he was trying to get a toy. That is getting parents nationwide concerned about getting their pools up to code. Now, luckily, there were two contractors on the property who helped Usher's son get out of the pool. They gave him CPR, and he's expected to be okay. But it doesn't always end up like this. These suctions are very powerful, and I am joined now with Nelson Silva. He's a licensed pool contractor right here in South Florida. He's going to talk to us about the dangers of those pool drains and what you can do to stay safe. Hi, Nelson. Kind of talk to me about those dangers, some of the things we don't know that are under the pool that can be really dangerous.
Hi, how are you? We're here in a standard size pool in Boca Raton. The swimming pool has 3 suctions. We have the bottom drain, which is called a main drain, which can be very powerful and really suck you in if you're not careful with it. You want to make sure you're away from it. We have the main drain on the bottom, the skimmer on top, and we also have a vacuum line which is on the side of the wall. You want to make sure you adjust the valves in a proper way. That way you're safe and don't get hurt.
Now, the level of suction power and how strong these different drains are depends on what?
Depends on the size of the swimming pool pump, but they can be very powerful. They can really hurt you and, you know, maybe take an arm out. You know, you have to be really careful and make sure that valves are set the right way and be safe.
And especially for children, too, this is an even bigger concern because everything about children is smaller, obviously, so they're more susceptible.
Of course, they're a lot smaller than regular adults, and they tend to do kid stuff. They tend to go inside the pool and try to maybe catch a toy underneath or put their hand where they're not supposed to. So you want to make sure you stay on top of them under supervision.
Thanks, Nelson. We have much more to come, including certain things you can buy to cover those drains to make sure that your child never gets stuck in any of those suction drains. It can be really scary, but there's things you can do to prevent it. We'll tell you how much they are and what they are coming up in the next half hour. For now, reporting live in Boca Raton, Jenna Caiazzo, CBS 12 News.
All right, Jenna, and a quick question. You panned down and showed us the bottom of that pool. Is that what a drain cover looks like, that white thing on the bottom of the pool? So that does have a drain cover, correct?
Yes, that is exactly what that is, and we're going to show you what that is in the next half hour. We'll actually take it out and up so you can see what it looks like when it's not attached to the drain. And then off to my left-hand side, you'll see that's another suction drain over there as well, which can actually be just as powerful too. So these are 2 examples of kind of dangers under the water level of the pool that you should definitely know about.
All right, Jenna's going to be pulling that out, showing us what it looks like, and they're pretty cheap and easy to get. All right, thank you, Jenna.
And most importantly, can save a life. This just into the CBS 12 newsroom. The Consumer Product Safety Commission is issuing the warning to home pool owners, reminding you to buy drain covers. Those drain covers cost less than $100 and could save a life and prevent lifelong injuries. This warning is in response to the near drowning incident involving a pop superstar Usher's son, as we brought you as breaking news yesterday. His 5-year-old got his arm stuck in a pool drain yesterday. He was rescued by a contractor. He is still in the hospital, but is expected to survive. And right now we're learning some new information about pool safety and how you can take the necessary steps to make sure your children are safe. There is a simple product that blocks the drain of the pool, and in the case of Usher's son, could have prevented him from getting stuck in the water to begin with. CBS 12's Jenna Caiazzo is live in Boca Raton with some life-saving information. Good morning, Jenna.
Hi, Michelle. You're right. I'm live here, actually at a residential home in front of a residential pool that many people may have. It's actually starting to rain a little bit, so we're going to move out of the way. But we're here to talk about some things that you can do to cover up those drains, because those are what could really be the biggest danger for your children. As we look back and kind of talk about what happened to Usher's son, that drain he was actually searching for a toy in that drain. That drain is what sucked his arm in. Luckily, those contractors were right there by the pool. They were able to pull him out, give him CPR. He's expected to be okay, but it doesn't always work out like that. So the best bet is to be proactive and find ways to keep those drains safe so that your children do not get sucked in any way, shape, or form. I'm here with Nelson Silva. He's a licensed pool contractor. He's going to talk to us about these simple products, really simple, really easy to install, that can save your children's life. So talk to me about the drains and then these drain covers.
After the Virginia Baker, they came out with this new main drain covers where they have a lot more holes in it where the water can flow through so kids can't get trapped. A lot of homeowners aren't aware of this cheap main drain cover that can only run for about $50, and the homeowners aren't aware. It's the job of a pool guy or a licensed contractor to allow them to know what's going on. This pool apparently doesn't have one. We're in the process of installing. He has a 2-year-old, and he needs to install it for the safety of his kids. There are other ways to prevent it, such as a vacuum cap. Make sure the kids are aware of the situation, not to touch it, always under supervision of an adult. And these drains are very easy to be installed. It takes about 30 minutes max to install them inside a swimming pool.
Now, really quickly, how does this reduce the suction power?
This has a lot more holes in them. As you can see, I will walk you through the older version. This one has on the top a lot more, so the water can flow through in a bigger range. If you walk over there, it doesn't have the top holes in them. As you can see, it's a big difference. That one, if you put your hand in, there's a lot less holes in them. Whenever you touch it, the pressure's a lot higher, and you're gonna get sucked in. And this one, it spreads out the suction, through the various amount of holes in having them. So.
Awesome. Well, those are really good to know. Those are some good tips and some easy solutions to keep your pool safe. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to talk about those drains before you put those covers on, how powerful they really can be, and what you can do to prevent it. That's coming up next. For now, reporting live in Boca Raton, Jenna Cayazzo, CBS 12 News.
Yeah, and a lot of problems with those drains is you don't know how powerful they are until you get right up on them.
Especially in the little ones, too. They don't know as well.
Right now, the Consumer Product Safety Commission has prompted a home pool warning. They are reminding homeowners about proper drain covers. They are so cheap. They save lives. Now, this comes on the heels of R&B star Usher, whose son nearly drowned in his pool. CBS 12's Jenna Cayazzo is live with a local expert to show us what these drain covers are and just how simple they are to save a life. Jenna.
Good morning, Suzanne. You're right. I'm live here actually at a residential pool right here in Boca Raton where, this can happen to anyone. You don't know what's under the water level of your pool as far as dangers. So we're here to point out some things that you need to know. Well, there's a different kind of drains and suction drains under your pool water level, and those are what can be really dangerous. Those are actually what Usher's son got his arm stuck in. Thankfully, there were contractors right outside that pool who were able to jump in and save him. But it could have been a very dangerous situation had they not seen him. And so we're here today to tell you what you can do to help cover those drains so that your kids can go in the pool and you don't have to worry. I'm joined here with Nelson Silva. He is a licensed pool contractor, kind of talking to us about the dangers of those suction drains, what you can do to cover them. So kind of talk to me about that first.
At first, they're very powerful drains. You want to make sure every kid is under supervision of an adult. You want to make sure that all the covers are up to date. If you don't know what they are, ask your pool guy. Make sure you're familiar with your swimming pool. You know where your shut-off valve is, where your timer is. Just ask your pool guy. He'll be able to tell you. That way you're safe. It's very easy to replace it, and it's worth your kid's life to replace one. You want to make sure you tell them not to get near the tool, get near the bottom of the pool. If there's a toy, have an adult or maybe shut off the valve. Make sure there's kids fence because they can be very quick and you can lose on their eyesight. The pool guys, whenever they walk in, they should always make sure the drain is in. Us at Master Touch Pools, we aim for safety first. We'll go in and we'll check, make sure the drains are up to code and go from there.
Very good. Now, just to let you guys know, these drains can be very strong and very powerful. The suction can literally pull the skin off of your arm. So imagine if you're a child and you're smaller. That's very powerful. It can really overtake them quickly. Nelson, thank you so much for that information. Really good tips. I'm actually going to grab this from you. This is only about, what, $50 to buy, and then if you have it installed, maybe about $100 to $150. That's what it's going to cost to really keep your kids safe from the inside of that pool. And it's just plastic. It's a really easy little piece to put in your pool. So good information for you guys this morning. For now, reporting live in Boca Raton, Jenna Cayazzo, CBS 12 News.
Thank you, Jenna, for that life-saving information. New this